Hello and welcome back, folks, to another episode of the MMA Coach's Corner. I am the fighter,
I'm the coach.
and together we are the MMA Coach's Corner, brought to you by the Scott Sportscast. Today we're going over our predictions for the much anticipated. Everybody is talking about it. Conor McGregor versus Poirier 3 at UFC 264. Ooh, what a loaded card we have. How you feeling about it?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm ready for it. It's a stacked card, top to bottom. No bad fights on this card. It's all going to be exciting. So I'm just ready to tune in and be a fan.
It's going to be a spectacle to behold for sure. Better charge for this one. So, man, I think we're even going to have to talk about a couple prelim fights that we got going on because even the prelims are good. So let's start out with man, it's just deep. Let's start out with Michael Pereira versus Nico Price. Nico Price, pretty solid all around guy. Hasn't really fought no one too up to snuff, really. Michael Pereira coming off some great performances of late, fighting his best fights, I feel. Beat Zealam, which is no easy task. And then also another notable guy, but doing it in tremendous fashion. You know, doing some cartwheels, doing some backflip kicks, running off the cage. This guy does it all, and I'm excited to see him go at it one more time. What about you?
Yeah, he has a real interesting style. You don't see too many guys that can actually pull it off. He's a guy that can pull it off. And I expect him to win the fight. I think Nico Price is solid, but, outside of some up kicks, this guy has some holes in his game that I think, it's going to be tough to strike with the Capua guy like that.
That movement and the rhythm that he beats to is just so unpredictable. And it's, whenever you can't understand your opponent, there's going to be some problems that arise. And I don't think that's going to be the only fight. And, tomorrow night's going to be like that. But we'll get into that one later. Yeah, very, very difficult to overcome that movement and that pace that he can bring. The dexterity in his legs. It's Michael Pereira's, you know, almost my lock of. I think he's my lock of the night here.
Okay.
So I'm going with Pereira, but I think it's going to be a decision. I think it's going to be a clear cut one, but it'll end up being a decision, unless a submission. But going decision. So you got Pereira as well.
Yeah, I got Michelle Pereira.
Yep. All right. And then the main prelim we got is going to be Carlos Condit, the wily vet, taking on
Max Payne Griffin.
yep, Max Payne. There we go. Yep.
Up and comer.
Good boxer, Max Payne. Yeah, got some good power in his hand. But Carlos Condit's one of those guys that's one of those puzzles that's hard to figure out on the feet. The way that he moves in and out, just a real, just dissects the game a little bit different. I mean, and you let him put your hands on you, he'll show you why they call him the natural born killer. So, I got to go with Carlos Condit in this one, in in fashion. I think he might be able to get a finish on this one. I'm gonna go Carlos Condit by TKO.
Nice. Yeah, I think I got Carlos Condit as well, but I think he'll win a decision. Uh, I like I like Max Payne Griffin, but I just don't think he's there yet. I think he's close. Maybe another year or so he'll be ready to compete against the big name guys like Condit, but I think that reach is going to be real hard for him to overcome. Condit's going to use that range, use that length to his advantage, and really just keep the fight at his distance the whole time.
Yeah, and that was Carlos Condit's whole problem right there, was that whenever it came to the big name guys in the title fights, he couldn't get the win. You know, he just lost to all the good guys, Lawler, Woodley, uh, and just the list. So as soon as the competition stepped up for Carlos, he wasn't able to do it. So, you know, it's almost his role now as gatekeeper to just kind of make sure, see if these young guys are ready for the next step. And it's going to be a good test for Max, but I say it like you, he's just not quite ready yet unless this is the fight that he takes that step. You got to go with Carlos. And then so those are the two featured prelims. Now we're gonna get on to our main event here, our main card, which is loaded. So our first fight up that we're gonna have looks like the Sugar Show back at it for another go. Another right hand nobody will know until Saturday night when the lights are bright. I feel Sugar Sean's gonna put Chris Mortino night night.
Yeah. I think Sean O'Malley is really motivated for this fight. He's coming in the right mindset, excited, ready to go, ready to bang. And I think his opponent's not quite ready yet. I think he's kind of intimidated a little bit, making his first UFC debut. And like he's 9-4. Don't know too much about the guy, but he better hope he can take a punch or a kick because Sean O'Malley's coming to play.
And you know, that's a tough draw, but any way to get into the UFC, right?
Yeah.
You got to be willing to take those lumps early because it's going to be a long road regardless. So you just got to get your foot in the door sometimes, and sometimes that foot comes in the form of Shane O'Malley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that this one is going to be a vintage Sugar Show performance. He's going to go out there. He's gonna throw some hands. It's going to look good, and then he's going to put them away. My question is, kick or punch? Kick or punch? I think it's going to be a punch. So I'm gonna go Shane O'Malley KO by fist.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sean O'Malley knockout of the night.
The fisticuffs. Yeah, so that one is that one's gonna be a banger. I don't know how this dude's ground game is, but better hope you can get it there. Our next fight up is the ladies. They're gonna go at it. We got Yana taking on Irene Aldana and what should be a nice little stand up, you know, or even if it goes to the ground, should be a great fight because you got two very well rounded fighters going at it. Aldana's got, you know, the power advantage. If you want to talk about punching strength and boxing, you got to go with Aldana. But if you want to talk about technical and using the whole, you know, arsenal, you got to go with Yana. Yana's a very similar style to Khashoggian, and Khashoggian beat up on Irene. because she used that reach, she used that length, and she really came at her. But, so that's kind of Aldana's weakness, is going against those long, lengthy fighters that are technical strikers. But if it goes to the ground, both of these women really know how to handle themselves in the jiu and the wrestling game. Both of them have, submission wins, and this one's going to be a good fight. So I'm going to have to go with Yana winning this fight by decision, maybe even just barely. So I got Yana by decision.
I'm gonna take Irene in this fight. I think Aldana is just gonna be a little bit more technical. I think her punches are gonna be the ones that land. They're gonna be the damage shots. She's gonna control with her range, kind of like Kachurgian. Wait, what's her name? Kachurgian.
Kachogian.
Kind of like her style, where she's gonna stick you in and out. So I think she does enough to get the decision. I think it'll be a close fight. I think it'll be a good fight. Definitely one to watch. But I'm gonna take Aldana in this fight.
All right. Moving on, we move up to our next fight, which is gonna be a slugfest if everything looks like the way it's supposed to. You got Tai Tavasa going against the Prince of War, Greg Hardy. Oh, the last fight for Greg Hardy. Not one to watch if you were a Greg Hardy fan. That was rough. That was bad. We found his weakness, and man, what a weakness it is. All you have to do is put him on his back, and that guy turtles up. So if Tai Tavasa has learned anything, even though being a good, powerful, explosive kickboxer, that we learned that Greg Hardy is even worse as a wrestler. So we need Tavasa to get this fight to the mat where he'll be able to control and dominate. He does have more technical striking and a little more versatility with his striking as well, plus power, for a guy like Greg Hardy who may be overwhelmed by that. But man, you let Greg Hardy put hands on you, you're going to sleep, man. That guy's got just knocked out juice in his veins. So, I want to go Hardy, but I gotta go with Tai Tavasa based off, more of he's got more of an arsenal and a little better movement than Greg Hardy. And I think at some point this fight might end up on the ground, and Greg Hardy, we're going to see glimpses of what happened last time. I don't think you can fix your game that fast on the ground. I've grappled for years. You can't fix it overnight. So I got Tai Tavasa here, maybe even by submission.
I like Tai Tavasa here. A little bit more of an arsenal when it comes to his striking game. And I think that he's really gonna use that power in a way that Greg Hardy's not used to. I think Greg Hardy has good power, but his technique's not quite there. So I'm gonna take Tai Tuivasa on this one. Then he's gonna do a shoey after, and it's gonna be a big party.
Yep, I might have to agree with that one. So with that being said, I think that's co-main event time.
Co-main event time.
And what a co-main event it is. We have Gilbert Burns coming off a devastating loss against the champion Kamaru Usman, who just flattened him. Going against probably the best striker in the entire division. The best at managing range in the UFC for sure. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Gilbert Burns going at it. most likely for a number one contender fight. Um, so Burns, if he wants to win this fight, he's going to have to get back to his Brazilian jiu-jitsu roots, man, because world-class jiu-jitsu stud. He goes to the ground with you. He's going to tie you up. He's going to lock you up, and he's going to try to break something. But if you want to go on the feet, you had a problem striking with Kamaru Usman. You're going to have no luck against a guy like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson on the feet.
Yeah.
Because when the most dexterity in their legs when it comes to throwing those weird kicks. I mean, just look, his first fight in UFC, man, that guy goes out there and he just slaps him with a little question mark kick, puts a night. They're like, who is this guy? And he's been doing it ever since. So I just feel like you're not really going to get Wonder Boy down to the ground. He's too good at staying away from that. What will happen is that Wonder Boy is going to keep the distance. He's going to pepper you up. He's going to tag you up. I don't think he's going to finish Gilbert, but I think it's going to be a clear decision that Wonder Boy won this fight. So
yeah,
give me.
I definitely see the same thing. I think he's gonna use that range in and out with the shots, that karate style. I just want to know, is he gonna stop and be like, "You okay, man? Hey, man, you all right? You all right with Burns?" Because Burns is trying to take your head off.
Yeah,
He's not gonna play that
not
nice
a guy
stuff.
like Mag.
Yeah, so you better not try that stuff in there because he's gonna get cracked with his guard down.
No, don't even.
But yeah, I just think Burns got that power. I just don't think he's gonna be able to put it on Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
But don't underestimate Burns. He's definitely got a shot in this fight. It's just I think Wonder Boy is gonna edge him out.
I just think that this fight's going to stay on the feet, and the person with the advantage on the feet is Wonder Boy. Now, if this was a grappling match, he wouldn't survive. Wonder Boy wouldn't survive against Burns. No way. But can you get him there is the question. I don't think so. But give me Wonder Boy and Burns going 5 rounds. I'll be happy. It'll be a good fight. So then that leads us to why everyone's paying the bucks to watch this thing. The superstar, the one, the notorious Conor McGregor is back at it again after a devastating loss his last time. And who is he fighting, might you ask? The guy who gave him the devastating loss last time in a trilogy match against Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Lafayette, Louisiana, where you at? Your boy's coming, and he's coming for souls. I think he's playing pass for keeps. So, Diamond or Notorious in the third go around here? How are you seeing this one, Coach?
I think Poirier might be a little too confident, and I think Conor McGregor is pretty hungry for this victory. So you put a hungry Conor against a confident Poirier, it makes for a good fight. But I think that Poirier might get a little overconfident.
Your wife looks like your husband.
Yeah, and I just think Conor really wants this fight a lot more. Kind of his legacy's on the line right now. Poirier, he's
your wife
fired.
Looks like your husband.
Conor's ready to go. I think he's got the ring rust off. I think you're going to see an in shape, ready to go, prime Conor.
Well, let's hope so, because his trash talk was rusty. So what I was doing there was from the press conference, if
But
anybody watched that.
you got to put your money on Poirier, but I'm picking Conor McGregor to get this knockout. I think he's gonna stop him in the second round.
I mean, he hurt Poirier in the first fight, tagged him with a couple good ones, and so in the second fight, and then the first fight finished him. So it's these are two very dangerous, devastating
Connor's got
strikers.
to watch the leg kicks. He's got to watch those calf kicks. He's got to check
Oh,
those. He can't go in with that boxing stance. He's got to go in with that kickboxing stance and go in there and really start throwing those kicks and mixing it up. And I think he will.
yeah, Connor's got to go more kickboxing than boxing for sure with a guy like Poirier. Um, but Poirier, guy at the top of his game right now, hits evolved like a Pokemon, and he's just a bigger diamond, and he's better, sharper, shinier, he's crisper. He just everything about Poirier. He's mentally more focused and more sharp. He doesn't let that bull get to him anymore like he used to. In the first fight, Conor got under his skin so easy and just got him to the point where he couldn't even focus on the fight. And that's just the mental warfare side of combat. And it cost him. Second time, Conor wasn't doing that. Conor was being respectful. He was nice. He was, oh yeah, I'll try some of your hot sauce, mate. Ha ha. And
threw that hot sauce.
yeah, and then as soon as Poirier went out there and knocked his ass out, they started asking him, and then he was all like, "Fuck that hot sauce! I never even touched it. Why would I? A proper 12's all I need."
That's funny.
Yeah, so I felt that Conor was trying to get any edge possible because he doesn't feel as confident as he normally does going into a fight. It's the first time going into a fight in a long time that he's had doubt. But the last time that he fought someone that he had doubt against, he put him away, and that was Diaz. So Diaz choked him out the first time. Conor went and finished him off the second. So it's he can do the same thing, but this one's for Conor's legacy as being a top guy. He loses this one, it's not that like he's going to be out the UFC or anything, but he's definitely not going to be in the top 5 anymore.
Yeah.
That goes to Oliveira, Gaethje, and
Chandler.
Chandler and whoever he's fighting. So to Poirier. So it's like, dude, I still feel Gaethje should be getting the title shot next.
Well, Gaethje's he's got to work his way back up, but he's in the mix.
Lose to last. Khabib.
Lost to Khabib, but then I think he lost to somebody else. I can't remember. I don't have it in front of me.
I think he only lost to Khabib recently. So I still think he's no number one guy that needs a title shot. So he needs a number one contender fight. Because he was the interim champ.
I think he lost to Poirier last.
Oh, he did. Yep. So yeah, so that's why Poirier is number one. But I still think Gaethje's in the mix. Like the Conor, like that's what happens when you have these deadly strikers going at it, dude. Anybody can win any night. You have them fight 10 times, they'll probably each win 5.
Yeah, every fight's a different game, different series. Like basketball, best of 7.
How did you sleep that night?
4 in a row every time.
How was your diet? Do you have energy? Did you burn out all your energy too soon?
Was your wife nagging you?
Yeah, there's so many things that that could go, and it's so much mental as it is physical. I mean, it's 50% physical, 50% mental, but it's a lot of each. So, but man, these are going to be some great fights. So let's recap. Who do you got for your submission of the night?
If there's a submission of the night.
That's a big if.
I'll take Carlos Condit. Submission
I
of the
could see
night.
that. I could definitely see
Yeah,
that.
like a triangle arm bar or something like that.
I think just because there's going to be lack of them, I'm going to go with Ty Tavasa with the submission of the night.
Okay.
Just
Submission due to strikes. No,
submission due to default. Like there's 2 submissions and the other one was worse. So, all right. Then let's go knockout of the night. Who we got?
Sean O'Malley. We got Sugar Show, baby.
How can you not?
Walk off.
I'm gonna go with Dustin Poirier. Diamond gets knockout of the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. What about fight of the night for you?
Steven Wonderboy and Gilbert Burns, fight of the night.
All right, I'm gonna take Connor and Poirier. Poirier for fight of the night.
It's gonna be good, dude. I like. How do you even pick? We're gonna have to wait and find out. You know, like it's all gonna come down to execution now because on paper, all of these look. They have so much potential.
I know, and they could all go either way.
That's real.
It's hard to tell what's gonna happen, but
and that's the thing too, is that's our guesses, and they're probably gonna put together a game plan that's like, okay, let's just take them down, or let's do this. So we'll find out.
We'll find out.
It's gonna be a great fight tomorrow night, but
I'm excited.
Stay tuned. So, if you guys are out there doing your thing, with your DraftKings and all that, go ahead, put your money down. And we're gonna end. And with that being said, we're gonna end with our lock of the night. Who's your lock of the night?
The Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley. Lock of the night.
Oh, I don't think that there's a better lock, but I think I'm gonna take Tavasa as my lock. If Greg Hardy goes out there and floors him, I'm gonna be happy, but I'm also gonna be upset. All right. Well, that's gonna do it from the Scott Sportscast here, the MMA Coach's Corner, the fighter, the coach, and we out.